Your 2-minute drill begins now. And so that's the story of how Gingham was created. Welcome again, fans. This is ESPN's 2-minute drill. We are in the second round, trying to send the 5th person into the quarterfinals of this summer-long tournament. In this game, the winner gets at least $10,000, a chance to change that into $20,000 at the end of the game. But the game can't start until the questions are asked, and they will be asked by these people. The great Ozzie Smith is back with us, not just back this season, but you were here last season, too. Tiki Barber, tackle football players with us. Steve Alford, the coach, and I was with us. The big tall goalie, Sean Burke, is with us. Good to have them all. I have any questions for you, actually.
Oh,
anything you want to
right.
say? Just kind of freestyle. Anything going on in your life that you want to talk about?
My golf game's terrible.
How bad?
Been working on it a long time. It just doesn't seem to be getting any better.
What do you score?
80.
80s?
Can't
That's not
break
bad.
it.
What's wrong with 80s?
Well, it took me a long time to get there, first of all. And then I can't get beyond 80.
Is it frustrating because you were so good at what you did professionally, and then here's this other thing now that you want to do, and you just can't break the barrier?
Well, Kenny, you think that, you know, I spent most of my career hitting something moving. This thing's sitting still, but it doesn't go where I want it to go.
What kind of driver are you using? And I don't care if you name a name, because we'll just do a deal with them afterwards.
Little fun.
Is it a cheating club? The one that
all technology today. I mean, you know, it makes it go further. The balls go further. I use Pro Vs. Yeah, you know, to get a little longer drive. I just can't keep it straight sometimes.
But you count all your strokes.
Oh yeah.
All right, good man. Thanks for being honest. Do that with your questions. We'll talk to you guys in just a little bit. Right now, go over the rules in the first round. Every question answered correctly is worth 1 point. 4 questions from the panelists. If any contestant gets all 4 right, a bonus point is added. Therefore, 20 points can be attained in first round play. And the first round of this second round game starts with Dave Grudberg. He's 40 years old, North Haven, Connecticut, an attorney who likes to be called a lawyer. Again, he's expecting a child, so you already got some money in your pocket, maybe 10 more or even 20 more in this one. And your specialty, 92-93 UNC basketball. If you get that question right at the end, that's in a question of great significance, a whole bunch of more money. What did you do interesting? You jumped out of an airplane. Why'd you do that?
Seemed like the thing to do at the time. I was in college, and a number of my friends and I had talked about doing it, and we got together and did it one morning.
You had parachutes, right?
We did, yes.
And everybody made it down okay?
They did.
Were you kind of scared? Was it the kind where the parachute rips right away, or did you have to pull it independently yourself?
It's pulled because it's attached to the plane, so it rips about 2-3 seconds after you jump from the plane, and that 2 and 3 seconds passes pretty quickly.
But in those 2 or 3 seconds, weren't they spent wondering if the chute would open a little bit?
Believe it or not, you don't think about that at the time. All you think is, where'd the plane go?
And then did you guys form a circle and do all sorts of fancy things?
That was on the next jump. We didn't make that one.
Very well. You know about all the rules?
Yes.
Because you've won already. Of course you did. Let's go over the categories. Ozzie has baseball dynasties. Tiki's going with Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Talking about brothers. And some white guys, too. Steve has Olympic hoops, and Sean is going with The Devils Went Down to Jersey. Ice hockey there. Okay, ready to go?
Ready.
Your 2-minute drill begins now.
Ozzie Smith.
What National League team won 5 pennants in the 1990s?
Atlanta Braves.
Right.
What Major League team won 3 straight World Series in the 1970s?
Oakland A's.
Sure.
In 1970, which Orioles first baseman won the American League MVP award as the team won its second of 3 straight pennants?
Boog Powell.
Yeah.
Who managed the St. Louis Cardinals to their second straight World Series appearance in 1968?
Red Sheen.
True.
Tiki Barber.
In the 1993 NFL season, which Bronco tight end had 81 receptions, 31 fewer than his brother Sterling?
Shannon Sharp.
Right.
I share a website called NFLTwins.com with what Buccaneer defensive back?
Rondé Barber.
Right.
What's the last name of twins Jason and Jaron who played on the Stanford basketball team in the 2000-2001 season?
Collins.
Right.
NFL brothers Matt and Chris Barr both got their kicks playing collegiate football at what university?
Penn State.
True.
Steve Alford.
Who was my head coach both in college and on the 1984 U.S. men's Olympic basketball team?
Bobby Knight.
That's right.
Which NBA center won his 3rd Olympic medal as a member of the 1996 U.S. basketball team?
David Robinson.
Right.
Which future 76ers guard scored the final 2 points for the U.S. in its hotly contested 1972 Olympics loss to the USSR?
Doug Collins.
Of course.
Which future 4-time NBA All-Star was the leading scorer on the 1968 gold medal U.S. basketball team?
Pass.
Spencer Haywood.
Sean Burke.
Which goalie recorded 43 of the Devils' 45 wins in the 1999-2000 regular season?
Martin Brodeur, that's right.
In March 2000, which Hall of Fame NHL defenseman took over as head coach of the Devils?
Larry Robinson.
All right.
What was the name of the Devils franchise when the team played in Colorado from 1976 to 1982?
Colorado Rockies.
Right.
Name the Devils' all-star defenseman whose crunching check on Eric Lindros caused Lindros 6 concussions in 27 months.
Scott Stevens.
Bonus. Great round out of you. You got everything but one. Stay right there. Only one man so far in this summer tournament has gotten through the entire first round unscathed. You missed just Spencer Haywood, so you get 16 plus 3 is 9. Make that 15 plus 3 is 18. I can't do the math. You would add 19 to 20. But a great round out of you. You got the lead swap places, and we'll see what happens next. As Kenny Peskin comes up, 24 years old, going to school at Cornell. School that tough? You're 24, you start late, what happened?
I took some time off along the way.
Put a backpack on and went around Europe?
No.
What'd you do?
Just worked for a little while.
Now, I understand we share this in common. We both hit a deer while driving. A deer is like third favorite animal for me, so I felt really bad about it. And then you topped that by your next running. What was that?
It sounds worse on paper. I kind of ran into LL Cool J, but was not in a car. It was walking. Coming around a corner, I was actually coming to my tryout here, walking in Manhattan, and he was talking to somebody, and I was coming out of the building, and we kind of almost ran into each other.
And he gave you mad props right away?
Oh, no, but I was hoping.
But you guys bonded to some extent, or was it just two guys passing?
We had a real experience there.
All right. So really, you spent more time with the deer than LL Cool J, as it turns out. Let's go over your categories, okay? Ozzy has What Say You? And that is going to be about quotations from athletes. Tiki has Running Back Facts. Steve has Iowans. He knows those people. They have farms. And Sean has Goal Keeping It Real, about goalies, probably. Ready? Your 2-minute drill begins now.
Sean Burke.
1998, which dominant European player became the first goalie to win the NHL's Hart Trophy twice?
Dominic Hasek.
Sure.
Which Rangers goalie was the MVP of the 1996 World Cup of Hockey playing for Team USA?
Mike Richter.
Of course.
Name the Capitals goalie who won the 2000 Vezina Trophy.
Olaf Polzek.
Right.
In 2001, which rookie goalie started for the Pittsburgh Penguins in the playoffs after only 9 regular season games with the team?
Johan Hedberg.
True, he's
Steve
not.
Alford.
Name the current Dallas Mavericks head coach who started for the Hawkeyes in the early 60s.
Don Nelson.
Right.
Which Iowa coach did I replace in 1999?
Dr. Tom Davis.
True.
Which Chicago Bulls guard of the 90s had his Iowa jersey retired in 1992?
Fred Hoiberg.
B.J. Armstrong.
Keith Barber. I'm sorry.
Which 2-year Iowa guard and supersonic of the 70s and 80s is nicknamed Downtown?
Pass.
Freddie
Tiki Barber.
Brown.
Which dreadlocked AFC running back led the NFL in rushing yards in 1999?
Edrin James.
Right.
Which former Cowboys running back is the father of NBA star Grant Hill?
Calvin Hill.
Right.
Name the Hall of Fame Steelers running back who had a rabid fan club called the Italian Army.
Franco Harris.
Right.
Who holds the record for most rushing yards in a Super Bowl with 204?
Timmy Smith.
Right. Bonus.
Ozzie Smith.
Which quotable Hall of Famer said, baseball is 90% mental, the other half is physical?
Yogi Berra.
Right.
Name the Royals' great third baseman who quipped, if a tie is like kissing your sister, losing is like kissing your grandmother with her teeth out.
Pass.
George Brett.
When asked if he preferred artificial turf to grass, which zany Mets reliever of the 70s replied, I don't know, I never smoked AstroTurf.
Tug McGraw.
Right.
Which aging ex-Marlins knuckleballer said, when I broke in, we didn't have bats, we just grabbed a branch or tree?
Charlie Huff.
That's right. We still have time to smoke some AstroTurf because you didn't even use everything up. You get 2 bonuses. You go from 13 up to 15. You very nearly equaled him. You could applaud for him right now. Only thing you missed was the George Brett, B.J. Armstrong, and Fred Brown from the 1979 Sonics championship team. So you'll be sitting in the chair when we come back because that's under international rules. Stay around. We'll continue with the ESPN 2-minute drill right after this break.
ESPN's 2-minute drill is brought to you by Original Coors. Nothing beats an original. And by Saturn. Now with 2 distinctively different car lines, the L Series and S Series. To play along with tonight's 2-minute drill, log on to Enhanced TV at ESPN.com now.
Which L.A. Rams Hall of Fame defensive end developed a head slap, which was later outlawed? Go head-to-head with other sports fans to see who's got the most answers with ESPN's Enhanced TV. Just log on to ESPN.com before every show at 7 and 7:30 on Tuesdays.
Get closer to the game. Closer to the action. As ESPN makes television history, bringing you baseball as you've never seen it. A special 3-hour Baseball Tonight showcase. Live updates, more analysis. Your ticket to Major League Baseball. Tuesday, 8 p.m.
Internet is here to wish good luck to all ESPN.com Fantasy Football League participants.
Go you guys.
Beautiful. It's ESPN Fantasy Football 2001, the classiest fantasy football on the internet. It's primo.
The excitement is palpable, whatever palpable is. Either Dave Grudberg or Kenny Peskin will emerge victorious and advance to the quarters in the summer-long tournament on the ESPN 2-Minute Drill.
Time for the Saturn 2-Minute Drill Trivia Question.
Back on the ESPN 2-Minute Drill, round 2 of a round 2 match, trying to send a man to the quarterfinals. We have two very good players, as is befitting of a second-round match. We now talk to the panelists, as is customary. We got tackle football player here, Tiki Barber. Thanks for being involved.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I heard you, I drive back home to Connecticut when we do these things, and I heard a radio commercial where you had the laser vision thing.
Yeah.
Can you read this right here? This first question?
It says,
No. Thank you. You need to get some money back. Has that actually helped you on the field?
It really has, because I can see things clearly. I can see my quarterback's face. I can see the ball when it's punted up in the air.
Were we dropping the ball a lot before that, or?
You don't remember 2 years ago when they tried to run me out of New York?
But you like it now,
I do.
right? And
I
they
definitely
like
do.
you.
Yeah. When you're winning, everybody loves you.
Yeah. What about this season?
Well, it's going to be much of the same, we hope. We have the whole team coming back. All our coaches are back, and I think we're confident and excited.
You get rid of anybody? There had to be one guy that was
A
slacking.
couple guys here and there.
All right.
But
Lose those guys.
we got some good guys in return.
Good luck this season, as
Thank
always. Thanks for being a part of this. Steve, coaching versus playing, can you, contrast? Aren't you sometimes sitting there like, I ain't doing anything, I'm just sitting here. And I mean, is there ever that feeling that goes through your head?
I think it's a little bit more stressful because as a player, you get out there and you get to release everything. As a coach, you're on the sideline and now you're giving them instructions hoping that they get carried out, and they don't always get carried out the way you'd like it.
You seem like a pretty calm guy, but I imagine once in a while you have to get into the guys. What's a motivational speech for you? Break chalk or what?
Probably break clipboards is probably my forte, but my secretary tried changing that out and giving me rubber clipboards, and that didn't work because they ended up coming back from the wood to my face. So I went back to the wooden ones, but I'm a pretty intense competitor.
Well, good luck always out there. Thanks for being on the paddle. Sean, you're tall for a goalie. Most of like those other guys are like Darren Pang size, and here you are. What are you, 6'5", 6'4"?
About 6'3.5". There's a lot of big guys now. Panger, he's from the old school. You know, a lot of the guys now are a lot bigger.
If you and Panger got into a goalie fight, what do you think? Just pummel him?
I think he'd take my knees out.
Goalie fights are interesting. Those don't happen that often, but they're good fun for the audience.
Yeah, you know, early in my career I didn't mind them. Now it's the 200 feet. You got to skate the other end to get the guy that kills you. It's not the fight itself.
Thanks for being on the panel. No fighting or yelling up here. In second round play, every question answered correctly is worth 1 point, just as the first, but different from the first. The questions will come from all over the place. The contestant won't get to choose where they come from. The winner after this round has $10,000 and a chance to change that into 20 at the end of the show by answering correctly the question of great significance. And in the chair is Kenny, because you're down now, what, 15-18. You almost did as well as your competitor, but just missed a couple more. You've got to do some catching up here.
Okay.
Kind of stating the obvious. You ready to go?
Yep.
Your 2-minute drill begins now.
In 2001, Doug Flutie signed with what AFC team?
San Diego Chargers.
Right.
Which American pro tennis star was married to Brooke Shields?
Under Agassi. Sure.
In the 80s, Larry Bird, Robert Parrish, and which forward made up the Boston Celtics' Big Three front line?
Kevin McHale.
Sure.
In the 2000 season, Moises Alou batted .355 as a member of what National League Central team?
Houston Astros.
Right.
In the 2000-2001 season, which center was traded in midseason and led the NBA in rebounds per game?
Pass.
Dikembe.
Name the Tampa Bay Devil Rays first baseman who had over 100 RBIs in 1999.
Fred McGriff.
Right.
In December 2000, which former Patriot coach took the head coaching job at USC?
Pete Carroll.
Right.
Well, his father was the Golden Jet. Which NHL forward sometimes goes by the nickname the Silver Jet?
Brett Hull.
Right.
Which Naismith Hall of Fame guard from West Virginia was known as Zeke from Cabin Creek?
Jerry West.
Right.
In 1996, which Padres infielder set the single-season National League record for most RBIs by a switch hitter?
Ken Caminiti.
Right.
In 2001, which Swedish golfer became the first woman to shoot a 59 in an LPGA event?
Annika Sorenstam.
True.
In a 1995 game, 175 fans were ejected from what NFL stadium for throwing snowballs onto the field?
Giant Stadium.
Right.
Which irascible Cub led the National League with 48 homers in 1979?
Andre Dawson.
Dave Kingman.
What team did the Rockets sweep in the 1995 NBA Finals?
Orlando Magic.
Right.
After losing a 1982 title fight to Larry Holmes, which pro boxer went on to act in the movie Raising Arizona?
Tex Cobb.
Right.
Name the Chicago Bears 1995 first-round draft pick whose full name translates to righteous, faith, and peace.
Rashawn Salam.
Right.
In 1989, what Eastern Conference team drafted Mookie Blaylock in the first round?
New Jersey Nets.
True.
Beginning in 1999, which Florida State alum and Tampa Bay linebacker started in 3 straight Pro Bowls?
Warren Sapp.
Derek Brooks. You're out of time, but a great round. You go from 15 all the way to 30. You matched what you did. Only missed a couple of questions you were asked, but of course, we all know that Andre Dawson is not irascible. It was Dave Kingman. All right, swap places. Let's find out who moves ahead. Dave had 18 in the first round. He's still the man to beat. Get anything near what you did the first time, you're going to move on and try for 20 grand at the end of the game. All right, feeling comfortable?
Feeling good.
Your 2-minute drill begins now.
Which Bucks and Lakers center appeared in 18 NBA All-Star games?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Right.
Which troubled women's tennis player rebounded from obscurity to win the Australian Open in 2001?
Jennifer Capriati.
Yep.
Which baseball player signed a contract worth $252 million before the 2001 season?
Alex Rodriguez.
Sure.
In the 1979 Chicken Soup game, which Notre Dame quarterback battled illness to lead a fourth-quarter comeback?
Joe Montana.
Right.
Born in England, which super heavyweight won gold for Canada in the 1988 Olympics?
Lennox Lewis.
Right.
Name the former Wisconsin Badger who led the Mavericks in points and steals in the 1999-2000 season.
Michael Finley.
Sure.
Which Minnesota Twin hit 573 Major League home runs?
Harmon Killebrew.
Yep.
Which Bears quarterback was banned from the Playboy Mansion during the 2000 season?
Cade McNown.
Right.
What ACC school did Sixers coach Larry Brown attend?
North Carolina.
Yep.
In 1996, reliever Mel Rojas racked up 36 saves for what National League team?
Pass.
Montreal.
Who was the first New York Islander to win the Conn Smythe Trophy?
Dennis Potvin.
Trottier.
In the 2001 Citrus Bowl, Anthony Thomas set a record for career rushing yards for what Big Ten school?
Wisconsin.
Michigan.
Willie Mays' famous catch in 1954 World Series came on a ball hit by which Cleveland Indian?
Vic Wertz.
Right.
Which New Orleans Saint wideout made the 2001 Pro Bowl?
Pass.
Joe Horn.
In the 2000-2001 season, 29-year-old rookie goalie Roman Czechmanek broke into the NHL with what Eastern Conference team?
Philadelphia.
Right.
Who led the Detroit Pistons in rebounding for 7 consecutive seasons in the 1970s?
Bill Laimbeer.
Bob Lanier.
Due to a contract dispute, which golfer played the 2001 Volvo Classic sporting a cap that read blah, blah, blah?
David Duval.
Right.
In 1978, which Cincinnati Bengal led the NFL in punting and caught 15 passes?
Pat McAnally.
Right.
Which former Dodger first baseman hit the first home run?
You got Pat McAnally, and you got over the top to win 31-30. Very good game. I thought we lost you there in that Brian Trottier, Michigan. You kind of hit a lull, but it doesn't matter now. You're the man. You've won 10 grand. Kenny, got to say goodbye to you, but you got a bunch of money and all sorts of stuff. We'll be right back with Dave Grudberg, a question of great significance and other things.
Here's the answer to tonight's Saturn 2-minute drill trivia question.
Back on the 2-minute drill, getting set for the question of great significance in this second round match. Dave Grudberg, the attorney from Connecticut, has moved on, and now he becomes the 5th man to move into the quarterfinals as we continue, going all the way to September 11th for our championship game. The eventual winner could win nearly $250,000. We're giving away less than $1 billion during this tournament, Dave. Now, the Connecticut State Bar informs me they're investigating you for running that NCAA tournament office pool the last 10 years. You claim it's legal, though. How so?
Completely legal. I cite the Connecticut statute on my entry form. If an office pool is incidental to a social relationship and no one takes a cut off the top and all the money goes back, it's completely legit.
So all the pools we run are okay then?
I'm sure they are.
Very well. We'll cite some law for that as well. Now, your specialty, 92, 93 UNC basketball. You missed in the first round. It's a difficult question.
I did.
We've come up with an even more ridiculous question for you here because it's $10,000 at stake for us, and we can become a billion-dollar company by giving money, okay? So you're ready for it, though, right?
I'm ready.
Do you study up in between games? Do they allow that? No.
Strictly forbidden.
Is that forbidden under Connecticut state law or New York state law?
Connecticut federal and international law, I believe.
All right. Good luck anyway. We'll ask you that question real soon. We'll come back with the question of great significance.
Time for the original Coors 2-minute drill trivia question.
Hi, I'm Jeff Kent, and I'm here to talk about ESPN the magazine. You know, when they first asked me to do this, I was pretty excited. They could have had just about any athlete. So to choose me is really something. I'm not big on personal achievements. I'm more of a team kind of guy, but I've always been a big ESPN fan. And I'm flattered they want me representing their magazine. It's humbling to be able to give something back. So all you young players out there, listen up. ESPN the magazine is only $1 an issue. We'll even throw in a free fleece. Well, if I could give all you youngsters out there some advice, I'd include the 3 Ds that I was taught when I was in college. Determination, dedication, and desire. Man, I've had some great memories over my career, and one memory that will always stick to me would be my first day. Sign up now. We're giving away all kinds of free stuff. My career has had its ups and downs, but ESPN never gave up on me.
That's right, Jeff. When you call 1-800-979-8998, you'll get 26 issues for just $1 an issue. So call 1-800-979-8998.
Thanks for listening to me.
I'm real excited this week, Joe. Sunday we've got the Cardinals and Cubs at Wrigley Field.
And there's no finer place to have sluggers like McGuire and Sosa.
Big Mac and Slammin' Sandy, here we go again.
Cardinals, Cubs, Sunday Night Baseball presented by Nextel, 8 o'clock Sunday, only on ESPN.
Here's the answer to tonight's original Coors 2-minute drill trivia question. ESPN's 2-minute drill is brought to you by Original Coors. Nothing beats an original.
We are back on the 2-minute drill. No doubt all of you watching at home will hear this question and say, oh yeah, I could have gotten that one right. It's that easy. It is time for the question of great significance. All right, Dave, listen closely. On January 27th, 1993, the UNC Tar Heels had a 9-game winning streak on the line, but things were looking bleak. Eric Montross was benched with foul trouble. The team was 0 for 14 from behind the three-point arc. Looked like the game was over. But UNC rallied and pulled out the win. For an additional $10,000, tell us 5 things about that game. UNC's opponent in the comeback. The largest margin that UNC trailed in the second half. The Tar Heel, whose steal and dunk were the go-ahead points in the game. The opposing guard from whom he stole the ball. And, of course, the final score of the game.
The opponent was Florida State.
Of course.
The final score of the game was 82-77 North Carolina.
That was easy.
You want the largest deficit in the second half?
That UNC trailed by.
21 points.
Yeah, I knew that.
The Henrik Rodel stole the ball from Sam Cassell and dunked.
George Lynch stole it from Charlie Ward. I'm so sorry, but no one's going to take away your $15,000. You got 5 from the first round, 10 from this round. You're going to the quarterfinals. Study up on UNC. Thank you guys very much for being a part of this. We'll see you next time. And see you in the subsequent 2-minute drill.
Another chance to play along with 2-minute drill. Log on to ESPN.com now for Enhanced TV. Another episode of ESPN's 2-minute drill is next. Two-minute drill has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com.